Defining images, defining moments, defining emotions. And coming in 2011, March Madness. This is Turner Sports.
For 7 seasons, LeBron James wore the colors of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then came the decision. And tonight comes the return. And moments ago, he took to the court in Cleveland. LeBron James and the Miami Heat at Quicken Loans Arena on a night unlike any other. And you're going to see it tonight on TNT. There is LeBron. Every time his picture was put on the Jumbotron here at Quicken Loans Arena, the boos rang out. After the original chorus of boos, there came a chant from 20,000 plus here, describing a body part.
Yeah, they call those expletives.
Yes. And we approach the tip.
In the hood, we call them rap songs.
At Quicken Loans Arena, you see LeBron and his former teammate Antoine Jameson, and I don't know exactly what to expect on this night as we welcome you to TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Autotrader.com. From Quicken Loans Arena, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley.
Ernie, I don't think anybody know what to expect. I mean, clearly there's some anger in these people in Cleveland, you know, but I'm glad we're here because I want to see it in person.
You know, and Ernie, I will be honest. I've been in 2 NBA finals, and I've not seen the electricity in a regular season game ever in my life. I've been around basketball for 25 to 30 years and have never seen an electricity in a building and the intensity in a building for a regular season game. This feels like the NBA Finals right now.
It does.
And this
like
is no
Game
exaggeration.
7.
A Game 7 of an NBA Finals is just as important.
LeBron played 619 games for the Cleveland Cavaliers, postseason included. He played 25,197 minutes for the Cavaliers. But it's these next 48 that all these Cleveland fans care about right now. And the question posed in the Cleveland Plain Dealer this morning along the lines of LeBron asking, what should I do, is what should Cleveland do? And so they've taken measures to make sure that, I guess, you know, the signs are appropriate, the shirts are appropriate in here, and the hope is that the conduct will be appropriate and not get out of hand tonight, Charles.
Well, I think, listen, Cleveland is a good city. I think they're hurt. Anytime there's a breakup, it's going to be emotional. LeBron did some things wrong this summer. Dan Gilbert did some things that were wrong this summer. I'm kind of glad this game is finally here so we can get on with the rest of the NBA season. But tonight, I just hope nothing bad happens. I don't mind booing and all that type of stuff. Because LeBron's a good guy, but he did do some things wrong this summer.
How do you think his game will be affected tonight?
Well, his game, there's no middle ground. He's going to be either really good or he's going to be really bad. Because the emotion in this game, like I said, is like a Game 7. As the profanity and the chant starts, you hear it in the background. They don't do this for Game 19 of an NBA season. They do this for Game 7 in an NBA World Championship. That's when they do it.
Charles, how much will he be able to just, I don't know, put aside? Or is he going to hear every bit of it tonight? And can he go through it unaffected by this kind of attention tonight?
First of all, he's affected. I went through a situation like this when I went back to Philly my first time. I was nervous, I was hyper, and they treated me great. And I was nervous and hyper. There's no way he can prepare himself. First of all, he wants to play well. This is a must-win game for the Miami Heat because they don't want him to get embarrassed. But Ernie, people are gonna say this is a normal game for LeBron. It's not. Like I say, man, I was terrified when I went back to Philly, and they gave me a standing ovation. I'm gonna bet my life on it. He's not gonna get a standing ovation tonight.
No, I don't think you need to have a very strong limb to go out on that one. You know, this team is 11. There's one of those. There's one of the.
That is the.
See,
hey, that's the nice T-shirt.
That's the nice. The Lion King. You've seen Queen James. You've seen Quitness. and betrayed, and so they have come out in full force
The
here.
royal mess.
It's
I've seen a lot.
it's another sellout here. Mo Williams says it's going to be an epic night. He's not trying to say it's like any other night, and he also says it's like your ex-girlfriend coming to your wedding.
No, I think you going to the ex-girlfriend's wedding that quit you. That's what it's like. It's a different scenario. The people of Cleveland did not want LeBron James to leave. He left them. So him coming back and returning with his teammates in arms, that is almost the most disrespectful sign for the whole franchise. And you think about what this city is going through. That's what they're thinking about.
And let's don't kid ourselves. These Cavaliers players, LeBron really told them, y'all suck.
Y'all not good enough.
Y'all not good enough.
Right,
So
no question.
that's what Mo Williams is like. Those players are thinking like, oh, he think we suck. We're not as good as the Miami Heat, but we can be tonight.
But listen, they won 61 games in 66 games, and he tells those guys you're not good enough, basically, by leaving. There's a lot of emotion in this arena.
This team will be playing its 20th game, the Miami Heat. They are 11-8 right now. So if they win tonight,
Means absolutely nothing.
they will be 12-8 through 20 games. Where did you expect them to be through 20 games of this season?
I'd say any 17, 18 wins. I couldn't foresee them losing more than 2 games in that early going. But the problem is they play, as Charles and I have been saying for the last 3 weeks, too slow. When you have 3 great players and you're only getting 70, 65 shots, 60 shots as a team, there's not enough shots. When they're used to playing alone, they have more liberty with the basketball. So you have to speed the tempo up, and you have to say, if my guys get 80 shots, your guys get 80 shots, we're too talented to lose.
And I got to tell you something. I think they've done their coach, Eric Spoelstra, a disservice. Like, he's a really good coach. He's a good guy. I criticize Pat Riley a little bit, because Pat Riley should come out and say, I'm not going to coach this team. He's put that team under pressure. He's put Eric Spoelstra under pressure. I like Pat Riley, but he's done this team a disservice. He should come out and say, I'm not going to coach this team.
Or even if he's not going to coach the team, come out and say, this is my guy.
Yes.
Enough of this baloney.
Yes, yes.
But you know what?
And listen, like Kenny's right. This has nothing to do with Coach Spoelstra. They got to quit walking the ball up and down the court and play faster, because they don't have a big team.
This is how I know, too, Ernie, if LeBron is ready. He's been running down people in the last years. We've seen no highlights of running down, blocking shots. That is the LeBron
Yeah,
James.
but let me tell you something. I'll know about LeBron tonight if he comes out and tries to be too aggressive, because he's not that type of player to get 50 points.
The starting lineups, the introductions will come your way in just a couple of minutes. You'll see it live here on TNT. As we go to break, there is a question. Will he or won't he? A challenge is issued.
LeBron, it's Chuck. I dare you.
Des émeutes ont enflammé tout Paris, pendant que les citoyens stupéfiés réagissaient à l'enlèvement de la prestigieuse Tour Eiffel. Elle a été réassemblée à Rio de Janeiro, près de la plage.
今天是中国举国哀悼的日子，万里长城要被运往海外。据官员表示，今后长城将会与自由女神和帝国大厦分享纽约的舞台。
Protests in Washington, D.C. as residents woke up to find the Lincoln Memorial vacant, as if Abe simply got up and walked away. The Greeks are calling his relocation to the Acropolis their greatest day in centuries.
I've been waiting for you for so long, Right now there's a wall between infinities, but all I see is you and me. Fight for you is all I've ever known. So
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, it's time to meet tonight's starters for the visiting Miami Heat. At 4, 6'8" from St. Vincent St. Mary High School, number 6, LeBron James. At forward, 6'11" from Georgia Tech, number 1, Chris Bosh. A 7'3" center from Lithuania, number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. At guard, 6'4" from Marquette, number 3, Dwayne Wade. At guard, 6'2" from Florida International, number 8, Carlos Arroyo. The Miami Heat are led by head coach Erik Spoelstra. All right, Cleveland, are you ready? Cavalier fans, are you ready?
We're always prepared. We're always ready to play. And we play hard.
It's all us. Nobody else. This is Cleveland. This is our city. It's our team. Our pride. Our home. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Cleveland Cavaliers! Starting at 1 forward from Oklahoma State, number 12, Joey Graham! He's starting at the other forward from North Carolina State, number 21, J.J. Hickson! The man in the middle from Brazil, number 17, the Wild Thing, Anderson Varejão! He started at 1 guard. He's from Bradley University, number 18, Anthony Parker! And he's starting at the lead guard. He's from Alabama, number 2, Mo Your Cavaliers are led by head coach Byron Scott. Cleveland fans make some noise for your Cleveland.
The usual sellout crowd, better than 20,000 are here at the Q in Cleveland. And as you'd expect, the Cavaliers starting lineup greeted by enormous enthusiasm, while for LeBron James, it is just the start of what figures to be 2.5 hours straight of booing and heckling. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller will be joined momentarily by Craig Sager. And Reggie, you think back to your playing career, you faced some extraordinarily hostile crowds, particularly in New York, under different circumstances, but you were able to use it to your advantage. How will LeBron react to all that is going on here tonight?
Well, LeBron James won 349 games here for the Cavaliers, second best in the Eastern Conference during that span. Obviously, he's going to have to accept and embrace wearing the black hat and being the villain. Obviously, when he went to South Beach for the Miami Heat, things changed for him. But I look for him to have his best game of the season, possibly a triple-double. But he's going to have to understand what these fans have in store for him.
All right, Steve, the Cavaliers come in with a record of 7-10. Here's LeBron to the scorer's table. The question is, would he go through the usual pregame routine involving the slapping of the powder over at the table, which fans here in Cleveland, as you can hear, have not necessarily appreciated. Well, Charles did make the dare, although he didn't hear the dare.
I'm taking that he didn't watch the dare on TV in the locker room, right?
I don't believe so. I think he was warming up. So. But the Cavs at 7-10 And I would think that surprises people around the NBA. Not much is expected of this team without LeBron. Are you surprised by their start?
I think they've exceeded expectations here, Marvin. I think they're a tough team, a scrappy team, and they've almost used LeBron's departure to galvanize their team together. I think the key tonight, and Byron Scott told us this earlier, are they going to be too pumped up? I think they've got to be very careful early on, Marv. They can't turn the ball over. Byron Scott is going to call a lot of plays, try to slow the tempo down, try to keep their emotions in check here early on.
Well, I really love the looseness of LeBron James. With so much pressure and so much hype coming into this game, you see him skipping, lobbing, going in for early dunks. A lot of players like to conserve energy during the warm-up. I've seen LeBron James exert a lot of energy during warm-ups.
Miami off to the disappointing start. A record of 11-8. They do have the two major injuries with Udonis Haslem and Mike Miller sidelined. And we're ready for the opening tip. First of 4 meetings this season between these two clubs.
T-Mobile halftime report comes to you live from Quicken Loans Arena, site of tonight's game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat. The return of LeBron James to Cleveland, and the night began this way, a chorus of boos, as expected, for the King.
I thought Boo was his middle name.
Yeah, and then the question everyone was asking, would LeBron go with the powder, as is his custom, and indeed he did. And indeed he seemed not to be distracted by all of the attention tonight. In fact, he seemed to thrive on it. And in the first half, scores 14 points, has 4 rebounds, and has 6 assists. Welcome to Quicken Loans Arena. Ernie Johnson along with Charles Barkley and Kenny the Jet Smith. So at the break, it's 59-40, and LeBron seems unaffected.
Well, because let me tell you something about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I can't even say what I want to say.
Say it.
Man,
Say it in a nice way.
LeBron James is walking over to their bench, laughing and joking with them. And I talked to Paul Press. I said, dude, are y'all going to say anything to y'all players? LeBron James can't come to that bench and joke with us as he's kicking our ass. And he's standing there laughing and joking at timeout. I'm pissed if I'm Byron Scott. I am totally pissed. Listen, there's something about competition, Ernie. Hey, we can be friends after the game. This guy's dissed us. He told us we wasn't good enough, yet at every timeout, he comes to our bench and laugh and joke with us. I can't have that, Ernie.
Well, I agree in the spirit of competition, because the one thing that you've already established is that the home fans are trying to make him uncomfortable. And by you talking to him and laughing and joking with him, you're making him feel comfortable and not in this uneasy feeling, because he is, and at the beginning of the game, was bothered and unnerved by what was going on.
He is 5 out of 13, had a good start, 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting in the first quarter, finishes the first half with 14, same number that Dwayne Wade has.
Same number that Dwayne Wade had. You know, and as we go into the pictures, let's do simple math. A lot of times, coaches go into division and algebra when they shouldn't. And I think when you play at a faster pace and a faster clip, what that does for your team, it allows your players to have more touches. And so your great players have more touches, and they're able to score at a quicker pace. It's real simple, Ernie. If you and I took 20 shots, I'm going to outshoot you. I'm a better shooter than you, Ernie, at 20. But if you took 5 shots and I took 5 shots, I'm not sure if I can beat you. I'm not sure. But 20 shots, I'm going to do it. So you have to speed the pace of the game up, get more shots, and say, my best 3 players will beat your best 3 if we get more shots. Simple math.
By the way, moments ago, Craig Sager caught up with LeBron James, and here are his halftime thoughts.
Well, LeBron, how nervous were you today, and how were you able to channel those emotions?
Well, I understand it's business. We got to come in here and get a road win. We haven't played particularly well on the road this season, so we use the adversity that comes with this game and just try to build off of it.
After 7 years of loyalty and devotion, how painful is it to be the target of all this animosity and hostility?
That's all right. I understand how passionate fans are. Still got a lot of love for these fans here. But, you know, I'm a Miami Heat player now. We're looking to get this win.
All right, thanks a lot. Thank you, EJ.
What have you thought of the fans' approach to LeBron tonight?
I thought the city of Cleveland should take a bow. They were angry. They were upset. There was really nothing profane. Nobody's thrown anything. I got to take my hat off to these Cleveland fans because clearly they are upset. But other than some boos and some signs, they have been very cordial.
And, you know, they have a right to be upset because what the message that they felt LeBron sent was, hey, here's a guy who's born, raised, and now became a star. And he doesn't want to be here, so that sends a message to the country that maybe this place isn't good enough. So, yes, they should boo. Yes, they have taken the high road. And, yes, it has been fun to watch.
Ernie, I got to tell you something. Man, I can't tell you how bad I've been on the Cleveland Cavaliers players. Like I say, these fans were on dead red. But these Cavaliers players, they're not playing with any animosity. They don't have any chip on their shoulder. And I think they're doing a disservice to these fans and themselves.
Mo Williams leads them with 9 on 1 of 7 shooting. Best chant of the first half. Akron hates you.
Akron hates
That's
you.
That's high points for creativity. We're going to be back with more of the T-Mobile halftime report where the Miami Heat are having their way with the Cleveland Cavaliers 59-40 at the break.
T-Mobile, can I get a free phone?
Back here on the T-Mobile halftime report.
Can I get a free phone?
Moments ago, there was LeBron James with T.O.
T.O. needs to try to win a game.
Yes.
They ain't won a game this millennium.
Hey, T-Mobile asked Charles.
Well, Charles, I'd like to know, if you were LeBron James tonight, would you do anything at the end of the game to show your appreciation to the Cleveland Cavaliers fans?
Of course I would. I think LeBron, everybody's been crazy about this whole LeBron situation. LeBron, all he had to do was say 2 months ago, hey, Cleveland's a great city. I want to thank y'all for 7 great years. But I want to go somewhere I think I can win multiple
What would you do in this arena?
What could he do tonight?
Just after the game.
Shake Dan Gilbert's hand?
I would do that. Or just go, when in your press conference, just say, hey, I did some things wrong this summer. I wish the city of Cleveland well. It's a great city. These people have been great to me.
Well, he's said that in the past.
No, when did he say
No,
it?
he said.
When did he say
verbally,
it?
Just recently he said, Cleveland means a lot to me.
Well, yeah, because
and I love
he knew he screwed
and
up.
I love the fans there.
Yeah, I would like his
how would it differ tonight?
No, because
I think in the arena in front of 22,000, some sort of gesture.
Yeah.
A handshake.
The way things are going, maybe the current day Cavs will put him on their shoulders and carry him off the
Can
floor.
I say something? Hey, I've got to give a shout out to the Lee's High School Green Wave. They won their 2nd state championship in the last 3 years in football. I love you guys.
There's only 8 schools in Alabama, though.
Well, we're the
to win?
champions. Coach Etheridge and the Lee's Green
How hard
Wave,
is it to win?
congratulations. That's 2 state championships in the last 3 years. Stop hating, Ernie.
Congratulations.
You've been watching the T-Mobile Halftime Report. Fans, submit your video question for Charles to NBA.com/AskCharles.
A 28-point win for Miami. 118-90. So they fall just short of their biggest margin of victory for the season. It's the worst loss of the year for the Cavaliers. So LeBron has taken his talents back to Cleveland. For LeBron James and the Heat facing this hostile crowd all night long, it's an easy win, and you know that they are happy to get out of town and back home for Saturday night's meeting with Atlanta. The Heat, with their 3rd straight win, they go to 12-8. Cavs drop to 7-11. You see the individual scoring totals. And it's the first time that Miami has won here in Cleveland since April of 2007. They'd lost 5 straight here to LeBron. and his Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, so much hype went into this ball game. This is the first time I've really seen all three of the big three really step up and be aggressive and get it done really at both ends. I liked them creating offense with their defense and getting out in the open court.
All right, let's go to Craig with LeBron.
Well, thanks, Marv. LeBron, how relieved are you that this night is over and the experience is behind you?
I mean, you know, we came in here with one goal, and that was to win a basketball game, and you know, we did that. We played. This is the most complete game that we had all year, I think, from start to finish.
After an emotional first half, you took the game over in the third quarter, 24 of your 38 points. What were you trying to find? Your favorite spots in this court, or how were you able to get those shots?
Well, I know this court. And I've made a lot of shots on this court. So just want to be aggressive, just try to keep them out of the game. I knew they was going to try to make a run in the third quarter, but we was able to get stops and was able to get some shots.
How do you learn from this experience, and how will it help you and your teammates as you move forward?
You know, we just got to continue to get better. You know, and we know every night we go out, it's going to be a hostile environment. But we just got to continue to get better. And you know, it's a good night. It's a good night for our team.
The fans had their say tonight. What would you like to say to them if you could?
7 great years. Loved every part. Loved every moment from the growth when I was an 18-year-old kid to a 25-year-old man. And, you know, tried our best. As a team, we tried our best to bring a championship to the city and just try to play hard every night. So I got the utmost respect for this franchise, utmost respect for these fans, and, you know, just continue the greatness for myself here in Miami and try to get better every day.
You can't go back with your decision, but do you regret how it ended? Would you like to apologize for the way it ended?
I don't want to apologize. I think, you know, my intentions was not to hurt anyone. You know, my intentions were solely on kids during the whole process. And, you know, I always say, you know, decisions I make, I live with them. You know, there's always ways that you can correct them or ways that you can do them better. But at the end of the day, I live with them. And, you know, I'm satisfied. I'm happy right now.
All right, thanks a lot. Great job tonight. Let's go back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you, Craig. That was a nice statement up to the point of LeBron referring to his greatness. Would you agree?
We didn't need that part. He was really good until then.
I think the hole now has been dug deeper.
57% shooting by Miami as they defeat the Cavaliers 118-90. For Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager, and the rest of our crew, Marv Albert saying good night from Cleveland. Coming up, the Suns and the Warriors. After a quick break, we send it to Kevin Holland and the Czar, Mike Fratello, out in Oakland.